This is Hurricane Watch.
Hello, Cape Fear Academy, and welcome to the Hurricane Watch. My name is Delilah.
And my name is Anne Francis.
And we are absolutely psyched for you to be joining us for our first broadcast of the year. So leading off on our top story, let's go to field reporter Mr. Fee as he meets with CFA Athletic Director Mr. Chris Meal for a fall sports recap.
Well, I'm here with Chris Meal today, CFA Athletic Director, to hear a little bit about how the Cape Fear Academy athletic season has gone thus far. Chris, take it away.
Awesome, man. We're in our last week of our fall season, so it's been very successful. We've had a lot of successes this past fall season. We are still in the state championship race with the varsity girls tennis team as they travel to Wingate University to take on Asheville School on Friday, October 30th, at 2 p.m. For this chance to win the 3A girls state championship. Also, our varsity cross country team is still in their season where they race their final home race today, which is Wednesday, October 28th at 4 p.m. And then they travel to McAlpine Park in Charlotte on Monday, November 2nd to run in the 3A state championship. To recap our fall sports, we had a wonderful season with our varsity boys soccer team who finished 10-1 and lost in the state semifinals 3-1 to Concord Academy, but 10-0 in the regular season, and they it was a wonderful and magical season for that group. The JV boys soccer team finished 3-0. The middle school boys soccer team finished 6-0. So in the regular season, our boys soccer program was undefeated, which was kind of a really cool thing. Our varsity volleyball team played their best match of the year on Monday, October 19th, in defeating Wilmington Christian Academy 3-2. And the scoreboard still says it out there. It says 15-11 in the fifth. So it was a great season for the girls. They were undefeated in the conference, 3-0. The JV volleyball team finished 3-5 this year, which was 3 more wins than they had last year, which was really they did a great job. And they only had 6 full-time players, which was pretty remarkable. The middle school volleyball team finished the season 3-4, and they won their first match this year in the last 3 years. And so I'm really excited about our volleyball program and how it's improved. I'm really excited about the varsity field hockey team. Now, this team, their season had the kind of the most effects of COVID scheduling. They had a 12-game schedule that was cut down to 2 regular season matches. And so they practiced the whole month of August and the whole month of September and played 2 games in October. And so they had 18 fantastic girls with a lot of energy and lost to a very good Forsyth Country Day School, and then played a very strong game against Ravenscroft, losing 5-2 after being tied 2-2 at halftime. The future is really, really bright as 16 out of the 18 players return. The varsity cross country team has sparked some great interest with their boys team have won 4 out of their last meets. The girls have won 3 out of the last 4 meets, and so they're excited going into the state championships next Monday, November 2nd. The varsity girls tennis team, as we've told before, are currently 7-0, ranked number 1 in the East. They are playing in the state championship on Friday. They had huge wins over Parrott Academy, who was a defending state champion, and they had a big win, the season opener, a 5-4 win over St. David's. JV girls tennis, they finished 4-0 on the season, and some huge matches. And one of the coolest stories this whole year was their last match. They beat the Southeastern Cardinals 5-4, but it came down to the number 1 doubles with Lilia Wall and Delilah Mills, and they won 9-8 and 7-4 in a tiebreaker to keep the undefeated season alive and win the match. So it was stressful and cool and time, and so that was a really cool part of the season. The middle school girls team, 9 members strong, finished 3-1. Varsity girls golf team finished 4th in the state. They had 2 golfers finish in the top 10. Isabel Bellamy finished number 7 in the state, and Ellie Burnett finished number 10 in the state. And that was a kind of remarkable story as well, is that in August we only had 2 golfers on the team, and you have to have 3 to compete. And all of a sudden now the Woodworks, we have 3 golfers that came, and delivered us getting into the state championship. There's 14 schools that play in our classification, and they only take the top 4. So that was kind of remarkable by the varsity girls golf team. And the last team, varsity surf team, they completed their season this past weekend at the Eastern Surf Association contest in Carolina Beach, where Evan Doss made it into the semifinals, and Caden Bariglio made it into the finals in longboard and finished third in his division. So that's the recap. That's a lot of information, but we're heading into the winter season starting on Monday, November 2nd, with our varsity and JV boys basketball teams, our varsity girls basketball team, and our varsity and JV cheerleading squad here on campus, and then our varsity boys and girls swim team starting at the YWCA. So we're finishing up one season and jumping into the next one. So thank you guys. Come out if you can.
You know, Delilah, our athletes and coaches have done an amazing job this year, especially given the global pandemic we're all facing. Speaking of global pandemic, Delilah and I are actually socially distant right now, and that is why we do not have masks on.
Well, you got that right, Francis. It's really hard to believe that Halloween is tomorrow. I mean, not like it feels like October anyway. I'm still sweating on my walk from the gym all the way back to Cameron Hall. Well, but Halloween it is, and to kick off the season in the best way possible, the CFA Family Partnerships teamed up with Miss Lamb to host a pumpkin carving contest. Let's get down to the action!
All right, so here she is, Miss Teresa Lamb, who has done this whole event and put this on. Tell us a little bit about why. What are you doing this for?
Actually, I'm going to back you up just a second there, Mr. Fee, because that was erroneous, what was just said. In fact, the Parent Partnership here at Cape Fear Academy really sponsored this event, so I just want to give a huge shout out to Jennifer Waldrop, the grade level parents, everybody who donated a pumpkin or carving tools. I want to give a shout out to my spouse who brought a giant box of knives today to school because that seemed kind of appropriate for the pumpkin carving. All right, Mr. Fee, we are here today to carve pumpkins for charity. So what's going to happen after these fine folks carve their pumpkins is that they are going to then be in the commons. Kids are going to vote by dropping change into a jar or cash, like bills, into the jar. The change is positive points, the bills are negative points, and whichever team has the most points will be declared the winner. They'll earn House Cup points. And all of our proceeds are going to go to Nourish MC to help with their Thanksgiving meal programs.
And that's why we don't talk to me very much about things, because I don't have all the correct information. Thank you, Miss Lamb. That's awesome.
That is some real talent out there. I wonder who will win the contest. Guess we'll have to wait until next week to find out.
Well, speaking of Halloween, did you happen to see the lower school Halloween parade yesterday?
Not only did I see it, I helped get decorations ready and also gave out candy to them. How great was that to see all of those incredible costumes from both teachers and students? COVID might be changing the way we do a lot of things here at CFA, but we are going to do everything possible to keep doing what we can safely.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, we are still going to be putting on our fall theater production next week, The Light Before We Land. You might wonder how this is possible, so let me explain. Our theater department and students will be holding an outdoor, socially distanced, immersive collection of performances. Music, dance, and art will all be showcased for our guests as they move in small groups around our campus to the stage areas. The first show is next Friday, November 6th, beginning at 7:30 p.m., with the final show happening the following evening, Saturday, November 7th, at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Be sure to check the Upper School newsletter for more information.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's Hurricane Watch.
So thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, stay socially distanced, wash your hands, and wear your mask.
And remember, stay classy, CFA.